So, what exactly is Ron Paul's foreign policy? Sometimes from neoconservatives, Newt Gingrich supporters, Rick Santorum supporters, they claim that he is, quote, a pacifist. There seems to be an extreme misunderstanding of Ron Paul's foreign policy. So, what exactly is it? Ron Paul is someone who believes that his job as a congressman is to maximize the amount of freedom and liberty for the United States, not other countries, for the United States. He hopes other countries begin to see more freedoms, but we don't use force in order to bring that about because that's an oxymoron. But his goal is limited government because the only way you can have a truly free and open and prosperous society is by having a limited government. And in that light, he seeks to only go to war with a declaration of war and if a nation has directly attacked us. That's it. The only principle, I guess you could say, involved in this is if a nation has directly attacked us. And if they have, we declare war through the Congress and then they vote on it. We decide as a nation together to go to war, and if they do that under a Ron Paul presidency, he would support that 100%. He may, even as president, he may not even agree with the Congress, but it wouldn't matter because they told him to go. So that's where he is. That's not being pacifist in any way, shape, or form. It's just that as we've become more authoritarian as a nation and tyrannical, we have created a presidency that is looking more like a king who can go to war whenever he wants, wherever he wants, under any circumstance possible because, hey, we have a war on terror. The war on terror has no central battlefield and it has no ending because it's not a country. It's perpetual warfare. Therefore, whenever they use these excuses, we're going to strip away liberties because of the war on terror, what they're saying is these are liberties you will never get back because the war on terror will never end. This is why it's so important that people understand and vote for people like Ron Paul and stop voting for the authoritarians, either left or right authoritarians, like Barack Obama, like Mitt Romney, like Newt Gingrich, or Rick Santorum, what the frick his name is. All of them. All are authoritarian tyrants in their own way. Now, how is Ron Paul's foreign policy different than today's? Well, number one, it defends liberty. Number two, it's night and day, the difference. We would only go to war with a declaration of war. Number three, no nation building. No installing of puppet governments. If under a Paul presidency we ever did go to war with a declaration of war, we would annihilate that country and then make them do the rebuilding. Because that's their responsibility because they attacked us. Period. End of discussion. It would be night and day the difference. We also would not be motivating acts of terror against us because we would not be policing the world under a Paul presidency. So if you want to reduce acts of terror against us, then you should vote for Ron Paul. If you want a limited government, then you should vote for Ron Paul. If you don't want limited government and you want more acts of terror against us, then continue voting for the likes of Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. You're going to get the same shit. What are the results of today's foreign policy? The destruction of our civil liberties here at home as we fight this, quote, war on terror that has no central battlefield. The growth of government in order to fight those wars. The money, the blood, the life and treasure that we lose fighting these inane, never-ending wars. And it's a self-created problem because it's our policing the world which begets terrorism. The terrorism seems to be creating more desire to police the world, and so now we're going to get more terrorism. And now we're getting terrorism back here at home as we pursue more liberty-destroying measures in order to deal with the blowback of terrorism from our foreign policy. It's a never-ending catch-22. Which foreign policy type is compatible with limited government? I think we know that answer. Ron Paul's. Which foreign policy type is compatible with Christianity? Well, let's see. Ron Paul is saying you only go to war if you're attacked. They're saying you go to war if you think you're going to be attacked or you might be attacked. Which one sounds more Christian to you?